Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about the biggest back-to-back movie event of the summer 2024. The most important event since Barbenheimer, only to be topped by the resurrection of Jesus Christ himself. That's right. We are here to talk about Maxxxine Me 4. Now I'm going to review these movies in the order in which I saw them last night. So let's start with Despicable Me 4. It fucking sucks. Despicable Me 4 follows the further adventures of Steve Carell as Gru, as he and his family are put in witness protection program because he's a villain hunter now, and he fought a cockroach guy that beat him up and now he's scared. Now, I've never seen a Despicable Me movie before, so I don't know if they're all this wild, stupid, confusing, and disjointed, but this one definitely was. The actual plot of the movie only taking about 15 to 20 minutes of the film. The other hour and 20 minutes of the movie was dedicated to random short skits that had nothing to do with each other or the overarching story. For example, there's a scene where the mother character, Kristen Wiig, is at a shopping center where she finds someone that she gave a bad haircut to. Once the person sees her, it ends up with them chasing her out into the parking lot, in which the Terminator music starts playing and she chases the car, and it's like, hey, remember that scene from Terminator? Or there's the scene where Steve Carell's character is blackmailed by his next-door neighbor's child, and they end up going to Hogwarts. Or finally, the minions doing whatever the hell it is they do end up becoming the Avengers. This really felt like they just had scrapped hours and hours of material and jokes from all of their other movies that they just decided, let's just make a movie out of those. The president of Illumination scowling at the person who brought it up and says, "Why, that would be despicable. I want it by the end of the day." Which, something else I've grown to just hate about Illumination is that their music choice. Every 30 to 60 seconds in this movie, they play some random rock song from the 80s, some different pop song from the 2000s. They played Dragon Force at one point. Dragon Force sucked even when they were cool. And Steve Carell just needs to fuck off. He gave the most half-assed, watered-down performance as Gru that I could ever imagine. And remind you, I've never seen any of these movies, but I'm pretty sure I know how he should sound. Oh, you don't like my voice? You don't think this is a good movie? And the entire movie, they pretend like there's this looming threat of Will Ferrell, the cockroach. But then, during the final climax, when they actually meet, Gru beats his ass in like 20 seconds. It is the quickest fight. It was never even a threat. Needless to say, I thought this movie was really bad. It was a theater full of kids that I heard the kids barely laughing throughout all of it. I give this movie an official wait until it is free out of 10. Don't waste your money on this. You know, it's kind of funny. I actually didn't even see the very ending of this movie. I had to get up and leave a few minutes early so that I could go see Maxxxine, the newest addition in the horror thriller trilogy of the X series, starring Mia Goth, who reprises her role as Maxxxine. For anyone unfamiliar with this series, X being the first of the trilogy, which was about Mia Goth being the lone survivor in a string of serial killings committed by a horny old lady, also played by Mia Goth, who just wanted to be beautiful and fuck. The second movie in the series being Pearl, which was a character study about the horny old lady back when she was a younger woman. And now with Maxxxine, we are jumping back to the future to 1985 in the height of the Night Stalker killings, where Mia Goth is once again pursuing her dream of being a star. And I have to say that this one was my favorite of the trilogy by far. This time the movie being a murder mystery. Mia Goth not understanding why the people around her are disappearing in mysterious circumstances. Now, before I spoil the ending, I want to go ahead and talk about some of the things that I really enjoyed in this movie, particularly the atmosphere it was able to build. This movie was on point with it, whether it was the costumes, the sets, The sound design, the lights, you really did feel like you were watching an 80s movie. Mia Goth also did a wonderful job as the main character Maxxxine. I feel like she has really found a way to take this film franchise and make it her own. If I was to say anything negative about this movie, it would be that around the 3/4 mark, it really starts to slow down a bit, and I kind of started to lose the whole track of things at that point. It probably doesn't help that I had been consistently drinking and smoking for about the past 3 hours at this point, but we're not here to review my theater etiquette, which is why at the end of the movie, when they reveal that it was her over-religious zealot father that had been doing the killings the whole time, I didn't know if it was the Night Stalker or not. What I do know is that Simon Prast did a wonderful over-the-top villain in this role. It was so much fun just watching him be so crazy as this priest that was just killing all these people. It was a great ending, which is why, despite the shortcomings with me thinking it got slower a little at the end, because of the great acting, the great characters, the great atmosphere, I am giving this movie an official see it at the theaters out of 10. Thanks for watching, everybody.